Bulls insiders sounds off on potential trade return for DeMar DeRozan. Make no mistake, the Chicago Bulls' 2022-23 season has been a one-step forward, two-step back affair through the first 23 games. Despite the absence of Lonzo Ball, the club was able to stay above .500 in the first month of the season. And just a few weeks ago, Billy Donovan's team defeated the East-leading Celtics and Bucks in back-to-back games. However, the Bulls are now on a 3-game losing run and are ranked 12th in the conference. Furthermore, the offensive that was their stronger half in 2021-22 is now the league's 6th worst, averaging only 109.5 points per 100 possessions. So, it should come as no surprise that disgruntled fans and armchair GMs are already dreaming up ways to break up the team. The Bulls front office traded Vucevic for Wendell Carter Jr., Otto Porter, and 2 first-round picks. Looking back on it, the Bulls would probably hesitate to do this trade again, as Vucevic's play simply has not warranted losing 2 first-round picks and a serviceable young guy in Carter Jr. They signed DeRozan to a 3-year, $85 million contract, and inked Zach LaVine to a 5-year max contract. That is a lot of money tied up to an aging star and injury-prone bucket getter. Unlike the Vucevic trade, those are understandable mistakes, though. After all, front offices need to pay their stars to stick around. But they also have to know when it's time to start exploring options outside of those stars, and for the Bulls, it's time to hit the reset button. In the event that Arturas Karnisovas and company did decide to transition into a reboot, one can't help but wonder who the Bulls' best trade asset would be in terms of netting a big return. To that end, one team insider's best guess as to which baller would bring back the best compensation may just surprise you. Johnson, DeRozan would net biggest prize. For his latest Bulls mailbag feature for NBC Sports Chicago, longtime team beat writer K.C. Johnson was probed for his thoughts on the club's trade possibilities. Where garnering the greatest possible return was concerned, it wasn't franchise cornerstone Zach LaVine or blue chipper Patrick Williams that he name-checked as the player to watch. Rather, it was the mid-range maestro himself, 33-year-old DeMar DeRozan. Wrote Johnson, DeRozan would net the most return because if a team is trading for him, they have control for the season after this one, acquire his bird rights, and obviously would be doing so for a title push. While he hasn't quite reached the dark horse MVP candidate level he achieved last season, DeRozan has undeniably been the Bulls' best player in 2022-23. Over 23 appearances, the 5-time All-Star has averaged 25.5 points, 4.7 assists, and 4.4 rebounds per contest and connected on 50.2% of his field goal attempts. As it happens, DeRozan's name is already making the rounds on the rumor mill. According to ESPN's Zach Lowe, the Los Angeles Lakers have 100% for sure had internal discussions about that very possibility. Who actually While Johnson makes a strong case for DeRozan being the guy to bring back the best package in a potential deal, he doesn't necessarily see the vet being the guy the Bulls would look to deal or the one most likely to be dealt. In the former category, Vucevic, who hasn't quite provided the boost the team was hoping for when it dealt multiple high-level assets to get him back in 2021. Wrote Johnson, under the assumption that the current situation holds and management starts trying to trade assets, I think they start with the expiring salary first, making Vucevic the most likely to move, if anyone. Meanwhile, Johnson opined that role player extraordinaire Alex Caruso would be the easiest player for Chicago to unload.